So this video is going to discuss what is hidden inside of the Omnibus that they did not want you to know about. It's also going to discuss how the orbs that everyone is seeing is actually a military program from 2021. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever and whenever you're watching. My name is Samantha and I am the owner-operator of a 2-acre farmstead in Southeast Louisiana. Folks, we have got to talk. First off, deep in this omnibus bill that our government is attempting to pass, almost 1,600 pages, $1 trillion plus in spending, is this. Now, you might not be able to see it on your phone or your computer or your TV, so let me tell you what this is. This is to pass 6G technology. Now, that might not mean anything to you, and you might be wondering, why would I even care? Well, folks, the point of 6G is to help augment humans and computers into one. And let me show you how.
Think about what human augmentation means. So sometimes we may think this is a far-off future thing, but in today's world, we already have bionics. So we're capable of augmenting our physical capacity. And today it's mostly used for people who are disabled to be able, people without arms to have a bionic arm, legs, etc. It's integrated robotics to allow enhanced mobility. And the big shift and the change that we're seeing over time is that we've moved from the world of, let's say, the Paralympics, which are manually, muscularly powered Olympic games, to the cybathlon, which is human-augmented bionic games. So even though to us today, human augmentation seems pretty far away, to somebody 30 years ago, to you as a child, we already seem like cyborgs. The second part is neurotechnology. So this is the augmentation of our mental capacity, brain-computer interfaces. Now we have companies working on making chips in your brain to actually augment your own memory. And something that a lot of Silicon Valley people, including myself, love, it's neurotropics. Neurotropics are taking things like ginkgo or ginseng and microdosing in order to improve your brain capacity, pretty much hack your brain. The last is gene editing. So we've finally gotten into a world where we've mapped the human genome, and we're starting to do amazing things with it. So now we can...
All of that sounds so amazing, right? Except let me put it to you this way. Say you're late for work. Just say the year is 2029. You're late for work. You jump in your vehicle, you've not had breakfast, you are speeding to get to work. Imagine that there's a notice that goes out to your public doctor saying that your blood sugar's low, your heart rate and your blood pressure's up, right? Which is normal because you didn't eat breakfast and you're nervous. Then the drone in the sky alerts local PD that you're speeding, and now you get a ticket. Then your car alerts your boss that you're going to be late. And then your health monitor system through the 6G alerts the car that your blood sugar is steadily dropping. And so your car locates the nearest organic fast food restaurant, drives you through, pre-orders your food, you get to work, it's a stressful day, you get home to a bottle of blood pressure medicine sitting on your front porch, delivered by your doctor, a ticket from the local police department, your car insurance sends you an email telling you that if you speed again, they're going to discontinue your insurance and take your license from you, and your boss writes you up for being late. That's how I see 6G. Now, I know that's a bit extreme, but that is what the future is going to look like. Of course, there is some good to it, folks. How about a monitor on your body that alerts you before you have a heart attack, before you have a stroke? A monitor on your baby that's sleeping that alerts you that your child just stopped breathing. Those things can be used for good, but we all know how the government abuses its power. How we all know how they end up taking our civil liberties. Every time we get an increase like this in the ability of computers, not to mention 6G is going to bring the metaverse to life. Watch this.
Anticipate the need for maintenance or repairs. And actually also in a wide area network, we see the concept emerging of digital twins of cities, and even at a precursory state, digital twins of ourselves with recording of Fitbit data and health apps. Now, it's already happening now in 5G, but in 6G it will happen at a much larger scale of sensors and AI deployment. So that will have an important impact on the architecture of the network. So you see here a simplified view of the network with the access part, the anyhole to the edge cloud, and then the IP optical transport to the centralized cloud.
6G is the next generation of cellular technology.
In a world that's increasingly reliant on high-speed internet, our current networks are struggling to keep pace. It's clear we've hit the limits of what 5G can offer. Imagine a life where lagging, buffering, or disconnections are things of the past. Picture seamless virtual reality experiences, instantaneous data transfer, and revolutionary advancements in IoT, AI, and robotics, all facilitated by a network of unimaginable speed and efficiency. Welcome to a new era, the era of 6G networks. This groundbreaking technology will change everything, propelling us into a future where the internet's full potential can finally be unlocked.
So what's human augmentation tomorrow? And that's really what we're thinking about here. So what if our bionics are more like super soldier suits? So when we send somebody out into war, they're enabled with a full-body Iron Man type costume. Construction site, instead of having to be physically strong, they get some sort of a brace, or maybe a literal arm replacement, so they're able to pick things up that are heavier. We can also have a more evolved digital twin. So at Accenture, we make what we call digital twins. So you have yourself, and then you have your virtual reality self. So let's say you work on an oil rig, and it's a dangerous setting, it's a dangerous situation. What you can do is have your digital twin be a robot, and you actually manage that robot in virtual reality. So imagine your digital twin was pretty much connected to you.
Now what if I told you the orbs that everybody is seeing over New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, what if I told you those are military plasma, looks like an orb, behaves like a drone, and can literally talk to you? I know, you guys, it flat sounds like science fiction, but as of 2021, our military was saying we're going to have plasma orbs that we can use in the future, possibly in 2024, that can even project onto a wall, stop, or we will fire upon you. So these are orbs that must have capability to transition into something else if they have the capability to not only put a message on a wall, speak to you, but also to shoot you?
Place. But a lot of people are also seeing these orbs. In fact, ABC News even recorded one. And over here on the left is an orb that somebody recorded with a high quality camera, which actually morphed into what appears to be a drone. At least that seems like what's happening. And I was also recording some of these orbs over Lake Michigan, which you can see in the main video. And then just the other night, I was seeing a couple of these orbs just hovering there. And then one, after a while, suddenly started blinking and then flew over as if it were just a normal craft or drone. The orb on the left transforms into a craft that's blinking, and then the one I filmed does the same thing.
Don't tell me oh wow, it's going in.
Now it's just flickering.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm just a wellness coach, so I didn't have some high-powered camera out there, but here it is.
Yeah.
I did catch this orb suddenly start just blinking, and then it flew over me. And I actually didn't realize this would be possible. So once I saw it flew over, I just said, oh, well, never mind. That must have just been a plane or some giant drone.
So it does make you wonder why the Pentagon, why the Department of Defense, and why Homeland Security don't know what these are. And the other things that are in the Omnibus dealing with space, like Chapter 8 here, Secure Space Act of 2024, talking about stationary and non-stationary orbits in our atmosphere, folks. By the way, if you did not see the video that I made the other day that no one has ever left Earth's atmosphere, you really should go watch it. And no, I'm not discussing whether or not the earth is spherical or flat. I'm talking about the truth that our atmosphere has nothing and no one has ever left it. And NASA basically admits that to you. And that's very, very interesting, you guys, when you're talking about these satellites and the rules and the provisions they're wanting to put out there. So let's just do a quick review. What have we learned in today's video? That the omnibus bill is hiding so much spending for the most ridiculous things, including millions of dollars, like 70, for our Supreme Court justices, not only their salaries, but their protection. It gives so much money to the military. It covers some fires that I found out we were responsible for in New Mexico back in like 2019 from a controlled burn that got out of hand. It's just amazing how our government has screwed up repeatedly and never admits it. But I did find this information very interesting about the 6G rollout, about what is that going to mean for you and I when it comes to frequencies, and what the government and military can already do with these plasma balls that morph literally into drones, you guys. The things they don't tell us is what should concern us. So God bless you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. And on the end of this, I'm going to clip in from a Christmas play the other day. One of the kids I used to teach, he was singing in it and dancing. I just thought I'd add a little bit of Merry Christmas since we're 4 days away from celebrating the birth of the Savior of the world. Have a blessed day.